Hi, I'm Brendan, one of the developers of smartNote, and today we're going to take you through a quick run through of what our plans are for smartNote and what we are going to be coming out with here in the future.
And I'm Christopher, the other developer. Just a quick disclaimer, we're on an audio conference about 1,000 miles apart. That way if our audio sounds a little delayed, you'll know what's going on.
Alright, so today we want to start off with telling you that we're going to be putting out a free version of smartNote. Don't worry, you didn't pay 99 cents for nothing. There is going to be also a paid premium version. The free version is going to be ad supported, and it is going to watermark PDF exports and other things like that, and there will be ads scattered places. So people who want to upgrade to the premium version can pay the price and get it. But this way, if you want to send smartNote documents to people, they can open it without buying the app and look through it and whatever else needs to be done. And we're hoping this will also get more people over to help use the smartNote format and kind of give us more ideas to pull from for building updates for the app. The free version will come out with the current version of the update that we demoed in our previous video. It will be version 1.4, and it will be updated in parallel with the paid version. To go along with the free version and all the new features we have since the original version launched, we are going to be increasing the price of the premium paid version to $2.99. Updates will always be free, so if you have the app already, don't worry, you're not going to be charged an extra $1 or $2 for the update. And so that version will not have ads, and it will not watermark documents. And now we're going to start talking about things in the future. We're going to attempt, now this is a big disclaimer here, we don't know how well it's going to work, we're very, very early on in this. We're going to attempt to port smartNote to the iPhone, to have the full version of smartNote available on a mobile device so that you can take notes, so that you can read documents, and do anything else you can do in the iPad version. And we think this will be really great. It'll be probably the most powerful document editor available on the iPhone right now. We expect this will probably take us a month or a month and a half. We haven't gotten a lot into it yet. We don't know for sure. So if you don't hear a lot out of us for the next couple months as far as updates go, we are going to try to push out periodic updates to the iPad version. But we are going to try to port this to iPhone. Now, the nice thing about that will be is we are going to build as a universal binary, which means the exact same app will run on your iPad and iPhone, which means it won't cost you anything more. It will be free of charge if you already own the app. And unfortunately, it's only going to support iPhone 4 and probably an iPhone 3GS. The original iPhone and the iPhone 3G will be left out. They simply don't have the RAM or the processing power to attempt this. We believe the iPhone 3GS has the capability, but we will not know for sure until we get going. There may be a possibility it will only run on iPhone 4 because of the similarities in the hardware. If it turns out we cannot port this to iPhone and make it usable and fast enough, or it just plain doesn't work too well, then we're going to at least provide a reader, and it will let you read notebooks on the device. It will let you pull your stuff from Dropbox. It will let you take pictures from the reader application and send them to your iPad to put into documents. It will do miscellaneous things like that. That will be free if we have to distribute that instead. Like I said, it's all very up in the air at this point. We don't know for sure. And we wanted to throw out the idea of this, just kind of see what the community thought. We were exploring building an online service for about 99 cents a month that would keep all of your notebooks synced to our servers so that you can access them from any computer with an internet connection or any phone. It would not keep full copies of the notebooks that are editable unless you choose to upload that separately as a backup. We would just keep basically all of the preview images that are needed to make it work similar to the way that SmartSync will let you read notebooks right now. It will be a little bit clearer, a little cleaner. It will look substantially better on a real website versus coming off of the iPad's built-in little web server that we've written.
Yeah, and what that's going to get you is you'd be able to, without using your iPad, you would be able to log on to an account you've created on our server, and you would be able to view all the pages in all of your notebooks at any time. And you'd also be able to view them on any HTML-enabled browsers on phones.
Yeah. And so, like I said, we're still exploring this. If we get good feedback, we'll probably look into it, just purely to pay for the amount of server space we're going to have for this. We're looking at, like I said, 99 cents a month, and it'll just be integrated with smartNote to keep your documents and notebooks synced with the server. And we would actually probably keep some other things like settings synced. So if you have multiple iPads or iPhone or an iPad, it would just keep your settings synced across them.
Yeah, and of course, it would be a completely optional service. It would not be in any way required to run smartNote.
Right, you're not going to be limited by functionality. There aren't going to be half the program that relies on having this web service or the subscription. It's just going to be purely an option, just like Dropbox is in the menu right now. It would just be something similar to that just runs in the background and keeps it synced. Now, on a slightly different note, you've noticed if you've watched our other video, our new update has Dropbox. And we are very happy that Dropbox allowed us into their mobile developers program and got us an access key for that in the development kit. And we really like Dropbox. We use it a ton, and we think other people enjoy it as well. So in our working with their APIs, there's not a lot of interface stuff with it. There's a lot of direct Dropbox interaction calls, but there's not a lot of presenting it to the user and a lot of interactive elements missing. It actually takes a lot of time to decipher exactly how to integrate Dropbox with an application. So we have decided to open source the interface and wrappers that we've written around the Dropbox APIs. So basically the exact Dropbox interaction you see in smartNote will be available to developers of other applications that want to integrate it free of charge. The only thing we're going to require is them to follow whichever license we choose. We haven't decided which one yet, and then to leave the little credit in there that tells, where it came from, the website that developed it. It's pretty much good to go for developers. We're going to clean up the code a little bit, and it's very, very easy to integrate into an existing application for developers. So we're looking forward to a lot of Dropbox applications coming out that will hopefully take advantage of this now that a majority of the legwork is done. This was a good week and a half's solid work of getting all this stuff to work correctly. So we're hoping this will save developers time and we can get as many Dropbox-enabled apps out there as possible. And also to do with open sourcing stuff, the handwriting library we're using for SmartWrite that was demoed in our earlier video is provided open source under the GPL license. Now, this license does require us to release source code for all of our modifications and any derived work, and we intend to do so. We include it as a library. It's not compiled into our application, which means that the actual source code to SmartNote doesn't need to be released. However, all the modifications we've made to the original code, as well as the license and a link back to the original creator's website, will be placed online on mysmartnote.net whenever the new update launches. But a step further than that, we're also going to make available the Objective-C wrapper, which is the iPhone programming language wrapper that we wrote for this since it's in JavaScript. And we're going to license that into the GPL so that anyone can include this form of handwriting recognition if they want to in their apps. And the only thing is the license for this one does require, if they use our iPhone SDK wrapper, that they do have to release the source code of the application, because that's the way the GPL license works. If they compile the code in, then they need to release their source code to go with it. If they just choose to use the JavaScript handwriting library and then build their own iPhone SDK wrapper, they can go for it. They just need to post a copy of the GPL code to keep in accordance with the license, the same as we had to do. We didn't relicense that. So we think that having handwriting and Dropbox open source is going to be incredibly, incredibly helpful. And so we really look forward to sharing a lot of these things with the iPad community. Just we love the apps, we love the features, we want to see as many things as possible, integrate cool things. Another thing that we are working on, we get this request I don't know how many times a day. We are working on it, the ability to have your own pictures as notebook covers. We are working on it. It's been on the back burner. It takes a lot of image editing and code to be able to manipulate photos and then make them look like a notebook with the rounded edges and the spirals and the shadows. And it is something we are working on. It's just going to take us some time to get that done. We expect it in the next update, but no guarantees yet. But we are working on it. And one last thing is we are working on an online repo, which